Alright, YouTube, we've got a battery today for a motorcycle. This motorcycle battery will actually be going into a riding lawnmower just because this is the style it uses. Now this is the type of battery that you have to put the acid in yourself and then charge it up. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. So it comes with your hose, it comes with bolts and everything. There's a bolt right here for it. The other one's inside. But that's another subject. I'm going to go grab a pair of pliers so I can pull these caps out and we'll get started. Alright, so we're going to start off with pulling these caps out. Pull them out one by one. Alright, caps are out. Alright, there, we're going to place these off to the side and throw them in the box. And we're going to open up this. This is your vent tube. Some batteries will come with just solely a vent tube. Some will come with a vent tube and then a section of tubing as well. That smaller section of tubing is for the acid itself. Now some batteries come with a tank of acid like this, and some come with pre-measured containers that you sit on here and you go like that and you pour it right in. This one, as you can see, is one that just comes with the tank, so you got to kind of measure it yourself while you're putting it in. Go ahead and pull this out here. Now you got to be really careful with battery acid if you don't already know that. On your skin, it can eat through your skin. It can, if you get it on your clothes, make sure you throw your clothes either in the washer or put it in a solution that will stop the acid. Now if you spill this on yourself, one way you can kind of, I think the best way to get it to stop eating into your skin, wash with soap and water. You can have baking soda on hand. Baking soda actually will react with it and stop the acid from being acid. It neutralizes it. I pull that cap off there. Alright, this is one of those caps that you actually have to cut. So we'll cut the top off. Staying clear. Alright. Now that's open. Now you want to take a bit of your tubing. This side has a little notch taken out of it. I'm going to guess that's for filling the battery. So I'm going to go right where that fold mark is and go ahead and cut it here. So there are markings on the battery. There's upper level and lower level. Now this is when you fill it, and you got to watch where this goes. If you go above the upper level, you can actually damage the battery. Of course, somebody calls me. Like I was saying though, if you go above the upper level, you can actually damage the battery. But also if you get below the lower level, you can damage the battery as well. So we're going to go ahead and start filling it here. It's a real tight fit on this tube. Gotta kind of squeeze it on here if I can. See, that's not fitting on there, so I'm going to stretch it with a pair of pliers real quick. Oop. So I dropped the tube. Alright, so I stretch the tubing and put it on there. You push it on as far as you can so it doesn't come off while you're filling. Now I'm going to put this tube inside the hole and tip it over slowly while I watch. If you can't see your level, stop filling and rock the battery like this, and you can usually see the line move up and down. If you're still having issues, sometimes you can hold a flashlight up to the side or the back. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. So going to go ahead and set the tube in there and start pouring in our electrolyte or acid. I'm going to watch the front of the battery. As you can see there, it's easy to see on this battery. I can hear it reacting with the cells inside. Sizzling a little bit, and that's normal. That's alright. Alright, that's right there at the upper level. Now you want to be careful that you don't have anything that produces heat or produces a spark or any type of flame. The bubbles that are reacting in here, they can be hydrogen. It usually happens with electrolysis, but I've heard that it can happen while you're filling as well. So you need to be careful of that. I'm going to go ahead and fill this one up and then fill the rest of them up. Alright, so all of those are filled. As you can see though, I've filled the battery up. Some of them have dropped, and that's normal. Just top it back off again. Make sure at your top level there. These batteries have a glass mat in them. Has a glass mat in the actual battery itself, and the glass mat needs to get the acid in it so the battery can start to work and be ready for a charge. So it takes about 30 to 45 minutes for that acid to penetrate the glass mats and to fully soak in and soak through. Do not charge these batteries when you first put the acid in, because you will burn the battery out. Yeah, it might work, but you've already done damage to it to where it won't last the years that it is supposed to. So I'm going to go ahead and replace the caps. Grab them here. I'm going to just lightly put them on top. I'm going to take off the cap right there. Now if you've spilt anywhere, any acid, you can take baking soda and stop it from doing any damage. It'll, like I said before, it'll neutralize it. I'm going to go ahead and throw this breather tube on it, just in case. You do need to have the breather tube on it when you charge it. just for overflow. Sometimes it happens. Now when you charge these batteries up, especially the smaller batteries, you need to have a slow charging system. Do not charge them with the big car chargers that have 220 amps. That will once again, like I said earlier, fry your battery out. You want to make sure you do a slow charge, usually 4 amps max. I've heard of guys doing 5 amps and being just fine. That's with bigger batteries. This is kind of a medium-sized battery for motorcycles or lawnmowers, but you definitely want to do at least 4 amps or lower. Maybe your charger has a setting for that. If you're 5 or 6 amps, you might be alright, but any more than that, I'd go out and grab a different charger. So we're going to set the timer. We're going to come back in a half an hour to 45 minutes. We're going to check the levels again, and we will see if we need to do any extra filling on them. We'll rock it back and forth as well to see if we can find any air pockets. We'll do that now, and then we'll do that after we come back. Now after the first charge, if those when we come back, we'll check. If they're low, we'll fill them with the acid. If they're not low, or if they're low after the charging, you don't fill back up with the acid. You actually will fill with distilled water. Do not use tap water. You will destroy your battery. But you top it off with distilled water, and that's what you'll do for the rest of the life of the battery. If you start getting low, you definitely want to refill it. If you don't, you can actually burn out sections of your plates, your lead plates in here, which will destroy the battery. So the reason why you use distilled water is if you add more acid to it, that will make the electrolyte too strong in the battery, and that can cause damage as well. So going to let time pass, and we'll come back and check it again. Alright, so it's been about a half an hour, 35 minutes, somewhere around there. I'm going to rock it back and forth. And check the battery level. Everything's looking good. A little overfilled, but it's not that overfilled, so I'm alright with it. Now I'm going to plug my battery charger into it. I'm going to plug this into the positive side. Before I do that, actually, a lot of people have wondered, I've wondered in the past, does a battery have a charge when you put brand new acid in it? Answer is yes. It says it's coming out to 13.75. Now that's not an amperage you would be able to start a car with. That's just kind of sitting amperage, or voltage I should say, sorry, not amperage. But that would not be enough because it's not really stored in the battery very well. What I mean by that is it's not charged up all the way. Yeah, it's 13 volts, but once you put a load to that, it would disappear. There's no amperage behind that, so we're going to plug it in now. I've got a 12 volt battery charger at 2 amps. It's a 6 or 2 amp charger. I've got it set for 2. As you can see, it's sparking off a little bit there. That's good. That means it's getting good contact. We're sitting a little bit dead on the battery charger. We'll let this sit until it's charged, and then we'll install it and see how well it works. Cool. Alrighty, tubers, time to see how that battery performs. Sitting right here underneath the seat. Got this all linked around because it's too long. I had it because I used to have a battery sitting here, but that's the new battery right there. Let's see how she cranks over. Works beautifully. I'm happy with it. You guys got a little bit of a cold start there. Cool. Hope you enjoyed, YouTube. If you have any questions about batteries, or any questions in general about engines, whatever, just send them my way. Talk to you later, tubers. Bye.